Hello, my friend. How are you? Tonight, we have a bit of an interesting video. The Contagion deck. And that is for with good reason. Last night, I got aggressively hit with COVID. And I'm honestly surprised that I'm able to do this right now. It sucks, but we'll push through. Continue our journey to 1,000. But at the moment, more importantly, our consecutive day streak. We are almost at 500 consecutive days. COVID's trying, but nothing will stop us. So if I'm able to speak for a bit, let's talk about COVID. Let's give it one more shuffle and deal out our first game. So, the first time I got COVID was the winter before it hit the United States. At the time, it was the worst sickness I've ever received. I couldn't sleep with a fever hotter than I've ever been. And it goes to show that at the time, it was just an unknown flu. And if you remember, COVID started from, or hit the States. One of the main areas was San Francisco. And since I live pretty close, it would make sense that I got it. And what's messed up too, I think I went out of town to San Francisco. And I like to go to Asian markets. So that could be a very easy source of how I got sick. It was dreadful. This time, it's a little bit different. I had a high fever last night, very consistently. And I haven't been able to sleep more than about 20 minutes at a time. And my dreams were very weird. My dream all through last night was I was a lawyer at a law firm doing paperwork. And I kept doing paperwork that led me in a circle over and over again. And I knew it was a dead end. And every time I reached a dead end in my dream, I woke up. And I probably woke up 30 plus times. But recently, when I've been sleeping, it hasn't been like that, thankfully. It's not a tormenting dream, but more of emptiness. So I have a little question for you. How many times have you gotten COVID? And how have you handled it? first time I received COVID, I was very athletic and healthy and strong. So the symptoms were relatively quick and didn't last too long. Some doubles right there. This time, I told you, it's been pretty weird. My body's aching everywhere. I can't sleep, but I'd rather have 2 to 3 days like this than a week or two. And last night, I drank probably 3 to 4 gallons of liquid because I like to believe drinking lots of liquid is good for your body's cellular respiration. And I made sure to get lots of green tea, some citrus green tea. I've probably had 2 gallons of tea, about a gallon of apple juice, low sugar to give myself some sugar, and apples are just good for you. And of course water mixed in. And I really surprisingly didn't go to the restroom that much with drinking that much water because my fever's been so high. But I like to think my fever's gone down by me drinking so much water. Let's take a little second to look at this deck. Honestly, I like it. It's simple. It's sweet. Brings back fun memories. The texture's pretty good. I'm surprised I could actually feel it. What else? Good durability, pleasant art design, different coloring, which is actually quite fitting. We'll give this one a 7.5 to 8. Very solid deck all the way through. Just nothing wowing. So that was the first time I got COVID back right before it hit the States officially and was identified. And I think about a year or so after, it was officially a pandemic. That's when I got it the second time, and that time, it was a slow, drawn-out process of being sick. It lasted about a week and a half. And each time I was sick, I kept my taste and smell. Isn't it kind of stupid how we wish we lost our taste and smell at points just to do some stupid stuff? Alright, end of game number 2. And also, if you're watching this right now and you are sick, I hope you get better. Never fun being sick. So I wish you a speedy recovery. As once again, we have double kings and double aces. On to game number 3. I think the second time I got COVID, last. Alright, game number 3. That's lovely. Even if momentarily. On to game number 4. Nowhere for that 9, 10, 4, 9, 2, or 3. Lots of triplet repeats in this one. Let's see if there's anything nasty hiding. Triple fives, triple threes, added to our negative stats. I like the yellow on these cards. I surprisingly don't feel so bad. That's a good sign. That means we should have a good recovery and maybe be fine by tomorrow. Doesn't it feel like our games so far have quite a bit of plays, but the plays don't feel right? Or is it just me? You know how some plays just feel like they're leading us towards a win, and some feel like they're keeping us in limbo. I feel like most of our plays have been keeping us in limbo. Let's just go for it. Oh no, 3 of hearts, unfortunately. There we go. Just missing a fat stack to our left. Fat stack number 1 to our left. Once again, we were kept in limbo, as I don't see anything else that we could do. On to our final game of the night, my friend. It's kind of funny. This is making me feel better. I guess getting some sort of mental stimulation. Even though my quads and shoulders are burning like crazy. My dumb butt last night, knowing that I was sick. I didn't know it was COVID until I tested this morning. Decided to do exercises, back and arm exercises, and boy did I feel that later, and I think I still am. Something that would be so normal and mundane, giving such a burn, both figuratively and literally. Alright, final game of the night, my friend. Let's see if we can have a little bit of a comeback. And let's make a secret word for tonight. Or phrase. The phrase will be COVID sucks. And why not Cheerios? Cheerios sound really good right now. Oh gosh, I'm starting to get hungry. That's when you know your body's feeling better. When all of that calorie burning, triple nines, finally manifests into hunger. Good. And better. Do you ever get in those moods where you feel like you're being righteous in a way, or being, for lack of a better word, brave and courageous? Before recording this, or before we started this episode, I should say, that's how I felt. Feeling like absolute poop for the past 2 nights. Well, night and plus the because it would be courageous if you don't want to do it, or if it's something difficult. But this is just fun with friends as we get down our first king. So where I live, the temperature gets to 110 plus degrees fairly regularly. Or 105 plus, I should say. And when I'd be playing baseball, I'd be pitching on the mound. There was this one game that was absolutely horrible. It's where I felt the most sick, or closest to being sick. As there's nowhere for those double jacks, 2 and queen. That's it for tonight. Anyway, it was in this farmland area. The temperature was 112 degrees, midday, with the humidity of crops and manure. And I pitched the entire game in extras. And for those of you who don't know, baseball games typically last triple fives, quadruple fives, about 3 hours. And I think that was a 4-hour effort. And it was so painful dealing with all of that. But I love being in a situation where you're pretty much meant to lose. It gives you that much more reason to try even harder. So we end up, I think, winning the game, and I think I struck out about 15 people. And I probably felt the strongest I ever have around the 8th inning while pitching. And it's always fun testing yourself. And that's when I feel like I'm more righteous and courageous. 115 degrees, 110. Nobody wants to be there. But you're still trying as best as you can. And with that, my friend, please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams. Until we meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.